I'm Chiang. I'm actually with Dragon Bay Corporation and I'm the president of DCOM this year. The speakers gave several key takeaway points for each of their sessions. For me, there were some things that stood out. For example, the guy from Singapore Post was saying that based on their studies, for example, that doing same-day shipping actually has no effect whatsoever on people's buying behavior. However, giving free shipping makes a whole world of difference, even if it means that the item comes 2 days or 3 days later. So based on those types of studies, it was an eye-opener to me. I think Ray Alimrong of e-commerce also came up with several really good points. E-commerce is a lot more complicated than what most companies believe it to be. And unfortunately, a lot of the local companies sees it as, I'll put a little bit of budget and see if it works. We'll try it out. You dip one foot to see if it works. But the problem is, if you go into it half-heartedly, it doesn't work. It's not the you build it and they will come model. It's like if you want to put up a flagship store here in SM Aura, you don't go in just to test the waters. You really have to be in it, whole heart and soul, that you want to make it work, you invest in it, you put resources in it, and that's the only way it will work. And Ray was explaining how the different components, from the payment gateway, the logistics, the warehousing, is so complicated that most companies would not have that resources or expertise to do all of that. And perhaps looking into outsourcing different pieces of it would actually make sense. Audrey from PayPal also gave some amazing figures. PayPal is actually very matipid when it comes to sharing information because they are a public company and they are normally not allowed to give hard numbers. So very happy that Audrey was able to get some declassified information as to how big PayPal's share in the Philippines is. She gave me a number before. She said something like 90% of PayPal transactions here are actually cross-border. And again, she was highlighting it that the sellers here using PayPal are not really serving the local market, but primarily the foreign market. So the figures that she gave, I think the number one destination of PayPal payments from the Philippines was Singapore, and then followed by the US or the UK. So I'm happy to know that there are that many exporters who are able already to export whether physical goods or their services to our neighbors, and even as far as West North America and Europe, using new technologies like PayPal. And I mentioned at the start of the show that the startup community is really vibrant, and it was good to see Earl Valencia from Idea Space and Fajardo from Proud Cloud and Launch Garage, Jay Fajardo from Launch Garage, and I think they received actually the most number of Infotex questions as far as I can tell. So there was a lot of interest from the group, from the audience, who was pretty interested with doing startups. And a good takeaway point also of Earl there is similar to what I said earlier, wherein if you go into a venture half-hearted, it will probably not work. And that's why this observation of, if somebody is willing to give up his day job and build a prototype and prove it, then you know that he's really serious, versus the other guy who is just going to ask for money first, and if he doesn't get the funding, he will not bother going through with the idea. So it's the same thing. Whatever you do, I guess, in life, you have to give it your 100%. Otherwise, don't bother doing it.